The following takes place between 8 p.m. and 9 p.m.
And then
what does that have to do with the garbage?
And then Romeo threw up downstairs. So I came home. It was like some throw up little
garbage, cat poo on the floor.
Exactly. I don't know what else they did.
It was a good day for Aaron Thomas.
Yeah. No, it wasn't a good night for me. I came home. I had to clean it up, and then I'm like, Deborah, your cat poo. Romeo threw up, and he ate the garbage, and I don't know what else these two did together. But I don't know.
Oh boy.
Yeah. So already we have initiated ourselves in the home.
Yes.
But you'd be happy to know I cleaned it. It's sprayed everywhere. There's no recurring smell.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Good to know.
So, I'm still trying to figure out how to get these two animals together and bond. It's very difficult, but I got to admit, the cat is really getting used to the dog. Not as scared. The first day she hissed and growled. Not anymore. She doesn't do that. She just runs away. And that I think is good.
That's good.
She's gone from the to the, what do you want? I'll leave. And I think within 2 or 3 weeks it'll be a lot better.
They'll be best buddies in a little while.
I think so. Unless he eats her. The barbecue is ready. We're going to have the Bobs. No, I'm just kidding. Deb, it was Mike. He put me up to that. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we are going to talk to Mindy Tannenbaum from DNAMyDog.com, and also we're going to get into some of the stuff you have to do to keep your teeth clean. And
your dog's teeth clean.
Yes.
Right.
Well,
or cats. Cats and dogs.
Cats and dogs.
Yep.
And hamsters. And other than that, we got Breed of the Week coming up. We're going to be back in a couple seconds on Canada's #1 animal program. Yeah, that's right. I said it. Animal House Radio. 8:27 back on Animal House Radio on Child Radio 610 AM in Toronto, www.animalhouseradio.com. So let's talk a little bit. How do we prevent teeth issues in cats and dogs? Let's talk about primarily dogs right now. What do we do to prevent issues from happening?
Okay. Well, it depends on what, there's sort of, we have 4 stages of periodontal disease, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 4 is the worst, where they're really bad, and and 1 is sort of when it's just starting, when they're young. And, at each stage there are things you can do to try and not move to the next stage. I think some of the easiest things, I'll be honest with you, for years and years and years I talked about, brushing dogs' teeth and brushing cats' teeth. In reality, nobody does that. And when they do, hats off to them. I have a couple of clients who do it every day religiously, and I commend them greatly. But it's a difficult thing to do. We're all busy, and not all dogs and cats are amenable to having their mouth handled. I certainly don't brush my own dog's teeth, and so I'm not going to recommend something to someone that I wouldn't necessarily do myself. And sometimes I think that when it comes to dogs, they move their head around so much that I think sometimes, especially if they have sore gums, we can actually hurt them more than we're helping them. So if we're not brushing, you get, if you do a little bit, it's better than nothing. But I think realistically, just like with people, if you brush once a week, that's, like you do, it's not going to be, that's not a good thing, right? You need to.
I brush once a week.
I'm just kidding. Yeah, it sounded good. I thought it was going to go right over your head, but it didn't. Okay. So if we brush once a week, it's certainly better than nothing, but we'll run into a lot of problems in a short period of time. But if you did that with something else, then that's fine. I think the best thing to do is get them on a dental diet. Your veterinarian can tell you about all the different diets that are available, but most dental diets do 2 things. They help. They have enzymes to break down tartar, and they also just mechanically work like a toothbrush. Hill's, one of our sponsors, has a great dental diet. And I think that that's something that would probably be the easiest thing, right? They're getting it every day. If you don't want to go the diet route and your dog's on or cat's on a specific diet that you like to keep him on, that's great. Then you would want to look into specific dental treats. Now, here's the problem. Any dental treat that says tartar control means if it gets rid of 5% of tartar, you can call it control. So you got to be wary of all those treats that say tartar control. They really don't control tartar.
So what treat is out there that you think
there are treats, like for instance, the Dentabones, Dentastix. There's lots of treats out there, and if you look at the package, you should see it's called a VOH seal. It's the Veterinary Oral Health Council. And if you say the VOHC seal, then you know it's sort of guaranteed by the council to help reduce tartar and plaque by a certain percentage. Enough where they're proving it. So that's what I'd be going to look for. Just a lot of the cheap supermarket treats that they put tartar control, they're just doing that as a gimmick, make you to believe that, they'll control tartar. They don't, And dry food, although a lot of you think that dry food helps control tartar, it does relative to wet food, but it only gets the tips of the teeth. because then the food cracks. As they eat it, it just cracks. So it gets the tips of the teeth clean, but doesn't get down to the gum line.
What age do you think that you should definitely bring a dog in? Well, if nothing's been done to the dog with the teeth, what age do you start seeing a lot of the issues start coming up?
Great question, because if we look at your dog, Romeo, I find the large breed dogs have much less problems than the small breed dogs, and that's because if you take a dog, they all have 42 teeth. So take 42 teeth on a Romeo dog, on a big Labrador Retriever, versus 42 teeth on a little Yorkie whose mouth is an inch long. All those teeth are going to be crowded and hence more prone to problems. Whereas Romeo, as you can see, has a nice spacing in between teeth. It just allows for better circulation. When he drinks water, it kind of almost flosses his teeth to a degree.
Okay.
So I don't see a lot of problems in older dogs. In fact, in larger dogs. Probably 90% of the things that I see in older dogs are cracked teeth. The old retriever that goes out and chews on a rock or chews on a stick, and so they crack their tooth, and now the root's exposed. Those are the kind of problems I deal with big teeth.
Root
big
canal
dogs'
for a
teeth.
doggy.
Whereas little dogs, I've seen some little dogs honestly at 3 years of age, like little chihuahuas at 3 years of age, and their mouth is a mess. Just awful. Like they're already in stage 4 periodontal disease at 3 years of age.
I wouldn't want to put anything in their mouth to clean it.
So it's much more important for all of you out there who have dogs that are under 15 pounds to make sure they're on some sort of dental prevention program, whether it be brushing with dental treats or brushing with a dental diet. And the last thing they have these sprays, these oral sprays. I'm not convinced they're perfect, but what they do is they enzymatically break down plaque and tartar. I think they work to some degree, but nothing works better than just good old, direct contact with the teeth. So those are some of the things that, and in my mind, the absolute best way to prevent dental problems from coming around is get your dog's teeth cleaned professionally.
What is the worst thing you've ever seen in a dog's mouth?
Oh,
that sounds good.
No, are you talking about tumors, or are you talking about just bad teeth?
In teeth, whatever they can cause.
Well, let me tell you an interesting story. This happened about 15 years ago. There was a dog named JP, and he was an unneutered male schnauzer he was kind of an interesting dog, so he'd come in and pee on like 17 different locations, and one day he peed on my leg. I was talking to the owner, all of a sudden my leg was wet. I thought, you little bugger, he peed on my leg. Anyway, long and short, it came around that we had to do his teeth. His teeth were rotten, and we literally extracted 29 teeth. It was the most teeth I've ever taken out of one dog. So I get a call the next day from JP's
29
teeth out of this dog. He had a mouth. I could hardly, when we ended
what did
up,
you replace the teeth with?
nothing. When we sedated him, we had to spray his mouth with a special spray just to get the smell away. You couldn't work on his teeth. They smelled that bad. So here's the scoop. Next day, I get a call from JP's owner, and she's crying. And I thought, oh boy, did something go wrong? I was worried. I thought maybe he was bleeding, or I don't know. She just sounded very upset. Well, it wasn't. She was so happy. The dog, the next day, was eating more than he's ever eaten in his life. Like he actually went to his dry food, believe it or not, which he wasn't eating anymore because his teeth hurt so bad. And so people say, can dogs and cats eat without any teeth? And the answer is yes. I have a number of cats who have no teeth, and they still eat just dry food.
Wow.
Because they're eating it on healthy, happy gums versus very painful, angry teeth.
But can you get doggy dentures?
No. But
listen up, those people out there who are making these products.
There are
doggy dentures. There you go.
There are doggy specialists, dentists, like veterinary dentists, who will do root canals and orthodontics and the whole 9 yards. But actually replacing lost teeth, never seen it. I'm sure one day it'll happen. But they'll put posts in like they do with people. But right now, the best thing to do for rotten teeth is just get them out.
There you go. Weird stuff.
Yeah.
Well, that's we're going to talk a little bit more about that. But like I said before at the beginning of the show, have you ever wondered what the mix of your dog is? When someone says, hey, my dog's a mutt, or I'm getting it from this, or I'm getting it from the pound, hey, it looks like a lab, but maybe it's a chihuahua. We don't know. But there is one person and one company in Canada that will tell you and give you all the options, and as they do it, level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4, level 5. Great company and a great person. She's been helping us with the show right now. Ladies and gentlemen, Mindy Tannenbaum from DNAMyDog.com. Mindy, how are you?
I'm okay. How are you?
Oh, I am just super.
Great.
Have you seen Bruno?
No, I really want to.
You do?
Yeah.
Well, you and Aaron are going to get in.
Can you do
just fine.
Can you do your Bruno impression when he says, hey, what's up, I'm Bruno?
Are you asking me?
Yes.
No.
He likes to put people on the spot, just so you know.
No.
Can I do it, and then you tell me if I sound good?
That I can do.
Okay, here we go. Ready?
Yeah.
Hey, what's up? I'm Bruno.
10 out of 10?
Yeah, see, knocked
That
out
was
of the park,
awesome.
man.
That was amazing.